Hello and welcome to some Against the Storm Prestige 20 gameplay. We are kind of just messing around, to be honest. Only played a few games on this difficulty, so I'm still just trying to uh, test it out, get used to things. So I'm looking at trying some unique biomes, just to see what the difficulty is like across the board. We've had a 5-year win on Royal Woodlands. It's a pretty default cookie cutter map. So I think we're going to try Cursed Royal Woodlands next. I've never played on this map before, so I'm going to give it a try here. So looking at the caravans, well, let's figure out what this map is about first. So all glades are even in size, and you cannot tell what danger level they are. Okay. Restless spirits are on this map. No idea what they do. Yep, couldn't tell you. No idea. The trees give food and fiber. That's a pretty interesting resource spread on the trees. Definitely helps the food situation a lot. And we do have mining nodes in the form of copper, and we've got meat, which is natural. Got stone and clay. Okay, so you pretty much got everything. There's nothing you're particularly missing except coal. Interesting, okay. Average amount of fertile soil, always worth looking at. So, with an average amount of fertile soil, I will take a small farm. I will take amber. Always take amber on this difficulty, and with one left over, I most likely am looking at getting some more food. I'm looking at the Harpy Caravan because I think these are the best race, even though I don't particularly like pairing them with lizards. It's fine. It's fine. I think because they share a lot of common needs, they actually work quite well together, despite being two low resolve races. And the fact that lizards have quite high resolve retention, it takes them a while to fall down. That helps ease the pain. So yeah, I like these two. It's fine. The caravan has actually got a nice amount of stone for bricks and reed for fabric, so there's nothing we're particularly missing except a bit of starting food, so I don't mind spending 1 point for 42 food. Don't mind that at all. I think this is a good layout. Good start. So I wonder, are we going to have one of these spirits in our starting glade? What's the deal with that? Doesn't look like it. Right, okay. Wow, that's an ominous shape if I've ever seen one. Oh dear. The forest is so dense, goodness me. Right. Okay, this is unique for sure. Let's have a look at these trees. 60, so 1.6 wood and 0.2 food. 0.2 food is pretty good. Oh, we start with fertile soil as well. Wow, I'm happy with that. Got no planks to start off with, but I'll be working on that soon. It's a shame the farm goes across where I want the roads to be, but that's fine. What starting buildings do we have? We have a druid's hut. Oil is nice for glade events, and we're going to be having a lot of them because they're all at least dangerous, I suppose. I suppose none of them are non-dangerous, right? Because they're large, they should at least be dangerous, if not forbidden, I suppose. Don't really care about the incense of the coats. It would be oil versus biscuits and pie. I think having efficient recipes here is really valuable because we're already starting off with a farm which has grain. Let me just show you the recipe for reference. So we have grain which can get turned into flour through a lot of buildings, and we don't actually have the means of producing any of this stuff sustainably for now, but we do have incidental production of it, so I think it's fine. You know, we've got roots and insects from here. So, yeah, I'm quite happy with that selection. It's not the strongest building for, you know, it's not going to come into effect until probably year 3 at this rate. Now this is interesting. Farming crystallized dew. That's potentially a lot of simple tools we can produce. Yeah, and resin is useful for glade events too. Just have a hold, you know, a modicum of it in storage, then produce crystallized dew afterwards. That's interesting for sure. I do like having brick efficiency though, get double the bang for the buck. And this is also crystallized dew production in a way. Obviously not as efficient as just growing it from nothing, but I think personally I lean towards getting some infrastructure early on, and we do not really have any renewable, you know, we don't have a large amount of clay or stone available to us. The trees don't give us anything. If we don't get any in 1 or 2 glades, we could definitely be struggling with bricks, so I'm quite happy to take a brickyard here. So, let's get things started off. I want 2 woodcutters right off the bat. I don't think I'll be cracking into a glade anytime soon, but I will, of course, get close to one in anticipation. I'd like to have the option of getting into 2 if I wanted, so I'll open the way to this one. And that's a fine start. Put the crude workstation at 2, the 2 woodcutters crude woodcutters at 2, the workstation at 1. Make sure they avoid glades, except marked, and go. We've got no consumption needs to ban right off the bat, so we'll just leave it be. Didn't check the forest mysteries at all, so during drizzle, traders arrive 300% faster. Okay, meaning, wow, okay. You can have a trader arrive during the drizzle, leave, and then another trader will probably come maybe just as it turns to clearance. That's very interesting, okay. Could fit 2 per day. Leakage. Hearth resistance decreased by 200, not a big deal. Burning assist takes longer. Okay, these 2 compounded do mean I need to pay more attention to blight rot than usual. Melancholy. Complex food and housing, or you get stacks of -2 resolve. That's really nasty at hostility 3. It's definitely something to play around. It definitely makes me want to get complex food up and running earlier than usual. Insatiable hunger, 10% chance of consuming double food. Scales with hostility, so on hostility 4 this is going to be 50% chance of consuming double food. That's not pleasant, but I probably won't have to deal with that for a very long time, if at all. Let's get some woodcutters in. I think just 2 in each for now, because I want to get some planks going. I want to... yeah, okay. Don't actually have enough wood. Fine, we will do this for now. With the new patch where you can adjust the storage in these buildings, I've been opting for about 13 on woodcutters. Seems about right to me, because I don't want to have to pick up wood more than once. So actually maybe 14, since with a harpy in the hearth and a citadel upgrade, everyone can carry 11 at a time. So if I am making 30%, about 20% byproducts, then 13 is probably the best. Be interesting to make a spreadsheet of that. Let's get the wood in. Alright, you guys come in here now. Alright, cornerstones. Minus 40 hostility per neighborhood, that's really strong. Permanent lizard resolve for training gear production, that's strong as well, but doesn't really come to effect for quite a while. I've got no way of knowing whether I'll have enough stone and reeds to actually finance this production, so I think Safe Haven is just, you know, it's just such a strong perk. It really is very strong. So we've got 2 lots of planks being produced in here. Hopefully we can get the farm up and running just in time. Discover 3 glades and rebuild or salvage, or 6 race houses. It's nice to have meat production for sure. It's nice to have tools. I really value the stone and clay production because they do tend to be recurring pinch points in the supply chains, but so is food, as always. I don't know whether I can spare this many resources, but again, I can just build these houses and instantly delete them to get all my materials back. Even so, that's still quite a lot of resources to invest at one time. The odds of me doing 3 glades, I imagine I'm doing 1 glade per year, maybe 2 in year 3. So I would finish this one at the start of year 3, whereas I could maybe get this one done in year 2. Seems realistic. And it gives me some more villagers early in year 2. I think I'm leaning towards this one, even though I really do value this. I like to get things rolling a bit earlier, get your blueprint a year earlier, it's quite a big deal. 10 minutes 30, so basically by the end of the storm, more or less, to complete 2 dangerous or forbidden glade events. It's simply not going to happen. Really not going to be possible unless I just get really lucky, you know. I would have to risk it, open to do both of them at the same time. The odds that I can survive that realistically are slim, and yeah, there's no point dancing with death like this. You might as well just take a safe play. Copper ore, my only way of getting copper, I believe, because the trees don't give it yet, the only way of me getting copper is finding clay on the map or finding copper ore on the map. No guarantee that will happen anytime soon, and I would like to get some parts, to be honest, more than anything else, so I think this is my pick. Now this is a freebie at some point, or I can spend 10 amber to get 6 tools and 5 parts. I think this is what's calling out to me. I don't really want more villagers because I've already got a lot coming in here. More parts is always better. More tools is always better. It rolls over into future reputation gain, and you know, some food with some potential reputation gain from that as well. I think this is well worth it. I could get this done, you know, right now if I wanted to be honest. Just delete the trading post. Should I do that? I suppose getting the blueprint as soon as possible is wise. Now the interesting thing is, while the trading post doesn't even exist, I think the trader timer is counting down already. So if there's 4 minutes at 400%. Traders normally take 10 minutes to arrive. By the time I build this around here, there should be a trader, right on my doorstep. There might be something I can grab for cheap, perk-wise, which is an interesting possibility. I will probably delete this and move it somewhere further away soon though. You both are on your break, that's not very nice of you. Come on now. Let's get this farm built. Can maybe squeeze a couple of plantings into this season. And then I've got one builder spare, yeah that's fine. Let's get the trader in. Okay. Mr. Zorg. There's a ranch here which is certainly tempting because it works very well with our grain production small farm. I can just buy half a reputation if I wanted. I don't think I want to buy that. Global food production speed is certainly nice, but I don't think it's actually worth that much, especially at this stage. Herb production, not a big deal. Planting crops, you don't need this to be increased at all. It's only the harvesting crops that tends to be too slow. Besides that, do I want to buy any of these things? I think the answer is no. So, I'm not actually going to buy anything from you, but thank you for the order. I could get some copper bars. I've already got better recipes for the crystallized dew and biscuits. It's only for the copper bars. Whereas I could just get my flour supply chain going, which is obviously the right thing to do. Okay. So we actually managed to get 4 plantations down in that small period of time. That's really nice. Yeah. So I will just leave one person to do the dirty work here. Everyone else can... What do I need for a brickyard? I need planks. Let's get one person in here working on this stuff. Don't want to make any bricks until I can do it efficiently in there. Do I want to get rid of the trading post, or can I just sit on it for now? I think until I want to put something in this space, I will just leave it as it is. I definitely don't want any of this, do I? I mean, I would buy the ranch if I could afford it, but it's simply not going to happen. So, and I'm not going to attack the trader. That would be a bit silly, I think. Yeah, you might be impinging on my efficiency here, so I'll get rid of you now. You're not going to show up until the start of the next storm anyway. The start of next year anyway. So it's a pretty peaceful year one. It tends to be quite slow if you're only starting with 8 citizens. But we're in a good spot. We got a very strong keystone, very strong cornerstone rather. And let's just try to get ourselves in position to venture into a glade this year. So I will make the rain collector as soon as I can. just so I can use spark dew if it becomes required. Unfortunately, these trees don't give any resin, which is useful in glade events. So I will keep coal around in case I need it. I do need to make sure I've got houses in place for certain. Get a park built. Okay. Not going to be in position to get lizard and harpy houses up this year. Hopefully early next year I can. I will need 27 fabric for that, so I'm actually a very significant way off of doing that. 2 glade events. I can maybe get 2 glade events from 1 glade, we shall see. I do not feel very confident about opening a glade next year because we don't have much in the way of solving a glade event. We might have planks, we might have enough coal, and we might have enough spark dew, but that doesn't really cover all of our bases, which is a bit dangerous. But I'm sure we can survive at the least. Probably worth taking the risk. I need to make sure everyone is sheltered, so you can all get out of there. Help me build. I should have unemployed you a while ago, you're not being useful. Not planning on using trade routes for a while. How's my food situation? Yep, okay. I do have a lot of fabric here actually, I should get on this. That's going to be one of my next priorities. Foragers camp. Let's get this rain collector up and going. Been a bit slow, but it should be fine. Get 2 harpies in there. 1 builder to finish off the odd jobs. Get a house ready for the next wave of people. Get ready to break into a glade. Got 2 avenues, which is nice. Here we go. Harpies or humans. If I don't take humans now, I might get beavers later. Do I want that? I am happy to take humans for sure. I think they're probably stronger than beavers, and I like the things they give me more than this, so there we go. I don't really care about ploughing the fields, it's really not a useful way to spend your time, in my opinion. Unless you've got an absolute glut of people. I just want to make sure we're producing things smoothly. So I do need to get my production buildings down at some point. The rain mill doesn't matter for a while. Main one is the brickyard. And I will get a bakery later. This is the nice thing about lizards and harpies, even though they're both low resolve, so they're generally about the same resolve throughout the game. Lizards fall off like 4 times slower than harpies, so these are essentially, you know, the same resolve level as beavers almost. It's been 1 minute and they've fallen by 2. It's really quite silly how good lizards actually are. Well, not how good they are, they're just alright, you know. What's my trajectory like here? How am I doing with Sparkdew? Happy, I think 30 is the most you need for any Glade event, maybe 40. So I'm happy to let these guys keep producing. I always try to get the rain collector going during the storm and then not outside of the storm, because during the storm you get no blight rot accumulation, which this building does a lot of. You know, on this difficulty it's like 5% I think per production, maybe 7%. So try to get this crammed in while it's free. It's been a pretty easy year 1. We're not in an amazing position, but I'm happy enough. Okay, we've got enough planks to build our brickyard. Where's this going to go? It's going to go right here. Do I care about seeing the trader at the start of this year? I don't really. I'm going to be low on amber and not really worth my time. So I think I'll open up this glade. I'll open it up now. Is that going to be... Yeah, I need to cut through 2 trees either way, so... Yep, this is my plan. You shall produce some more fabric. Alright. I'd say we're in a good position. What do we got? Orders. Check it out before we actually open the glade. Don't fell any trees for, well, 8.5 minutes nearly. Don't fell any trees for 8.5 minutes. Well, I want to break into the glade. Can I survive on this amount of wood for 8.5 minutes? The coal will last me. I only need 8 coal to last me, so that's fine. Do I have enough wood for my plank needs? I suppose I do. Yeah, okay, so I can definitely survive this. I can definitely survive it. It only gives me... what are these rewards? These are worth so little compared to how annoying this is. I'm definitely taking this, right? This is free, and eggs do exist on the map, I do believe. Yeah, they do. I think I'm taking this one. And then just 10... Okay, this is a very easy decision. Getting permanent resolve boost is just very strong. Though on lizards it's not that big a deal. Now, get 80 food more or less for each dangerous or forbidden glade event, or 10% global production disabling consumption controls. Now, I do have biscuits here, so it is kind of a pain for me to allow that right now. And we've got a lot of overlapping needs here, which means I'm not going to, if I wanted to finely tune things and just say focus on high resolve harpies, I'm not going to be able to do that. But 10% global production is very strong. Yeah. Does it compare to this? 80 food, if I assume I do one dangerous event per year at a minimum, 80 food in a year. How much food am I producing otherwise? I think this one, I don't like losing my production control, so I'm happy with this. Yeah, okay. It's a decent hand we got dealt, I think. Not going to complain. Make sure we've got some farmers in here. I've got 2 humans, I do. So I'll stick both of the humans in here. Keep a builder around. And there we go, okay. I do want to chop this down. This is a bit of a slow opening, unfortunately. Right, do I have... Yeah, there's 2 dangerous events in here. Does this mean it was a dangerous glade or a forbidden glade? I don't actually know if you can get 2 events. It's a 30-minute threat. Oh, this is the spirit thing. The rest of the spirits can be found in the forest. Okay. So he needs goods and he needs this? Okay. I've got 30 minutes to do it. And the reward is a free cache, I presume? I presume I don't need tools to unlock this. If I do, that's a bit annoying. Alright, so 40 spark chew is easily doable. Let's get these people out of here. Let's get working on this. Now this is awkward. This is one of the things that I will struggle to complete. I've got 6 minutes. Yeah, I cannot afford to lose 5 villagers at this point. That's for certain. The interesting thing is whether I want half a reputation or 3 ancient tablets with a lot of bricks. That's actually quite a close call, in my opinion. I think I will go for this anyway. So what can I do here? I can't make any of these. I can't make enough fabric quickly enough. So I need to make 8 packs of provisions right now. Do I have any more efficient way of doing that? Nope. So let's get the makeshift post up. Ah, this is the wrong building. Whoops. That is the wrong building. What am I going to use in here? Yep, meat. Let's make 9. And let's max your priority. I will unemploy some people so that they can be done quicker. We got 2 chests in here, which is rather nice. And we got about 5 copper ore in the same footprint, which is strong. That's a good source of clay for us as well. That's very good. Large herbalist camp and forager camp nodes. So not a lot of food in here. Well, actually this is good. That's good enough. Alright. That's a success, and I think I'm happy. I think I'm definitely going to complete this in time. Do I want to open a second glade and try my luck there? I have plenty of spark chew. I would not be able to do packs of provisions again, most likely. This is interesting. because none of these are like crippling global resolve penalties or anything like that, you can definitely look at doing a second glade this year. Thing is, I'm already slightly behind the curve time-wise, and I don't have any sea marrow. Oh, I can see that there's farmland here. That's an interesting little tidbit. I think I will break into this one. It's going to take me a long time actually, because I don't really have the manpower for it. It would be nice to get the farm land a year earlier, but because I feel like I'm stretched a bit too thin, I am just going to consolidate this year. I'm not going to open this one up. I will maybe open 2 next year. Like if I get a hearth up here, get ready to open this one. That's probably my play. So you can just start clearing my domestic area slightly. You can open up this farmland patch. Yeah, alright. This looks pretty good. Quite happy. I do like it when, you know, the events aren't too hostile. If it was something like -8 global resolve, it would be a bit awkward to tackle at this point. There's my brickyard. I want a lot of builders, so I can get my packs provisions going. Alright. 2 of you get in here. And I don't need builders much anymore, so just shove you in here. Leave 1 around. Now, it's going to take me another minute or so to get all of my packs provisions. I'm going to have... yeah, this should be doable in time. At this rate. You're not both resting, are you? Come on. Awkward, awkward. Harpy, lizard. Harpy. I did that little rotation there to make sure the Hearthkeeper Harpy ended up in here. She shouldn't be on a break right now. Let's see, are you gonna make... yep, there you go. I saved a bit of time doing that, that's good. Alright, farmland, and... yeah, let's just clear things out slightly. What is the threat here? Okay, it's actually nothing, okay. Saving the cookies for the biscuits for when I need them in the future. I will need some food. Alright, I'm done producing stuff in here. Right, we've got all the provisions. Now, let's get it going. 1 person should be sufficient. Not 2 builders, which aren't doing anything. So, what do I want them to be doing? I think the answer to that question is... I'm not really in a position to do the houses just yet. Not quite. Let's get the harvester camp built so I can get some of this. Are you in time? You're on your tea break, come on. Wake up. This isn't the time for that. If you can get there before 2:59, yeah, alright. I'm gonna make it, that's good. If I was slightly slow, then I would put another person in here and it would take less time. So, could consider putting a hearth up here now. Don't think that's really worth it. Alright. What are my two builders doing? I've got two builders and I'm not too sure if they're being useful right now. I think I want to put more woodcutters out there. I want my rain mill up at some point. We're getting kind of close. Do I need a blight rot building? I guess you're very close. Yes, you are. Is the brickyard going to be? Yep, it is. Okay. Can I make a blight post right now? Not right now, but shortly, I imagine. I could ban big brick production until the storm starts. I have enough bricks for everything I need right now, don't I? So I think that's maybe what I will do. Get rid of you. Yep. So sometimes you do have to build a blight post in year 2. Sometimes you can get away with it like this. I would try to avoid, you know, making one in year 2 because it slows down your economy a bit too much. You know, it impinges on your plank and brick production. Which is important. You know, if I'd made this spark dew this year, then this would have been way up here. I will want to mine shortly. I think I'll use my bricks for the houses before we get to that point. So I will have people arriving in 3 minutes. I need some more housing in advance. So let's get a harpy house up and a lizard house. I didn't bother rebuilding a trading post this year because I don't really have anything to offer that's substantial. Sometimes you can get something good for like 14 amber. Like the furniture one is +1 global resolve. You know, you have to high roll for that, and I'm not going to build a trading post just to see if I get lucky. You definitely could do. It's a reasonable enough play. So now, yeah, okay. I do want to get. I do want to start turning flour into pies as soon as I can, because it's just you know, raw food multiplication. 6 flour is worth 3 grain. So 3 grain and 4 meat makes 10 pie. It's worth your time. And obviously the global resolve bonus is nice for 2 of these races. Glade event done, I've got a lot of amber. So at this point I could consider getting the trader in to say hi. I don't actually know whether, let's say a trader would have come at the start of this season, let's just say. He would have gone by now if I had a trading post. Is he now gone, or is he still like waiting to see me? I have no idea what the answer is, so I'm just going to say hello. Yeah, we'll learn, even if this isn't a good use of my time. Should be safe, Blightrot wise. I think I am. Yeah. Okay, yep, the traders seem to just accumulate and wait up. This is strong. This is really good. Do I want to use all my amber just for that? It's really tempting because these hostility modifiers are actually quite scary, this one in particular. I mean, I do want to have 5 amber left over to open this glade next year. So I'm looking at buying 7 amber. I know I've got a lot of parts extra, and I've got a lot of orders with parts, so I could definitely part with a few of them. I don't really have any trade routes I can rely on. This isn't a profitable one at all. It's really not worth me doing that. Yeah, there's nothing here that's really worth doing. So I might just have to cough up some parts, I think. If I have 5 parts, I need 3 for a blight post. I need 3 for a blight post, I need 5 for another camp. I'll definitely need at least 1 camp soon, like a food one. That'll leave me with 2 left over, which I can't really use for anything except another rain collector, which isn't going to happen. So I could consider selling up to 7. It's really rare for me to part with this many parts this early on, but this may be one of those situations where the reward just simply, you know, this is just really, really immense. So I'm going to. I've got enough parts coming in from different orders that I'm not concerned. Speaking of which, I should try to fulfill this soon. I'll buy you. I've got 5 amber left over for the next glade. It's amazing. Now, let's stick someone in here. We'll make 10 packs of provisions. Get some people in. I've been kind of slow with these orders. Should start cracking into them next year. I did think I might have the houses done this year, but it looks like a year 3 completion, which is fine. Alright. Okay. I will get rid of the people from here. Ploughing is really not a very useful use of your time. So I'm going to make some flour in here. Always try to put your high production people in the right buildings. I will make some more bricks. think actually I will... I think I will stick someone in the rain collector. So who is going to go in there? You drop that. Come in here. Yep, I'm happy. Being inefficient with these woodcutters. So I've got one I've got one glade here that's easy to get to. I would like to crack into that one. Yeah, I'd like to have the option to crack into this one. That's what I mean to say. And here are my new citizens. 12 stone versus 6 stone, 6 fabric. And these things pretty much don't matter. Do I care about the race much? Would be nice to have some more humans, but I'm getting them either way. I think stone is my pinch point for right now, so I'm going with you. Yeah. I can play ping pong and survive this storm, no problem. So I'm rather happy to allocate some more woodcutters. Yep. Alright, this looks good. Nothing else I need to do in here. It's always tempting just to have a few sea marrow in reserve, but it's so expensive. There's no way I'm ever affording that. What's this bakery? 8 planks and fabric. Clear out some space for housing. Got enough people to get some more decorations in. Don't really have 8 planks, but I will do shortly. Overall, I'd say these have been a very strong 2 years. We've got minus 50 hostility already, we've got minus 40 hostility, that's soon going to be minus 80. When I build this up here, you know, we're looking really strong, I would say. Our food is solid. Yeah, no complaints at all. No complaints at all. Here's our packs of provisions, you can get out of there, give me the meat back. Now we've got more villagers. Now this building is only going to give me 2-star copper bars, I don't care then. And this, it gives me the ability to farm crystallized dew. Now I don't need to take either of these right now. I could wait for a reroll. I will probably take the forester's hut, and I know there's farmland here, as you can see. So I know I will in short order be able to start producing with that. How's that brick plank production coming along? Not quite enough. Another harpy house. And another lizard house. Alright. Let this guy finish his thing. And then kick him out. Can always come back to collect that later if I wish. Alright. Start of year 3. Gain 2 amber for every 20 steam arrow produced. Don't know whether I'll find any on this playthrough. It is on the map, but doesn't mean I'll get any. Plant fiber per minute. If I expect to win by the end of year 5, then I've got another about 35 minutes, maybe 32 minutes. If I'm going to win before the storm. There's 96 plant fiber. It's worth about 32 fabric. It's something. It's guaranteed value. I do get plant fiber from the trees, and I've got a good abundance here. So I don't think it's too valuable. Let's check these out. So I'm not too keen on going for this because I don't want to have to, getting 5 glades is going to be a bit of a challenge since they're all going to be difficult. And having to get a further 2 on top of that is going to be quite tricky. I don't want to have to use my simple tools up, even though it does get refunded partially. I think this is much more likely and quicker with some rollover, which is nice. And I think this is really strong. Getting 2 more hearths is amazing. There's no guarantee I'll be able to produce these luxury goods anytime soon. I don't need that many more parts, we've already discussed this. So, this without question is the strongest one in my opinion. It's quite easy, these are both easy to fulfill because, I just need to trade stuff. I'm going to be doing that anyway. I think normally I would just take the guaranteed plant fiber here, but I feel like, we've already got too much of an abundance of plant fiber. Not a huge amount, but it's not really crippling our economy by any stretch, so I think spending these rerolls is quite good. Now, meat production. We do find meat on this map natively, but I don't have any available to me right now. Whereas I can gain mushrooms for every 10 grain I produce. That's looking more like it to me. Yeah, I will just take it. It's a good amount of extra food production, and that's one of my main worries this run, that we'll run out of food. So given that, this building actually becomes less important because I'd rather use the fertile ground for farmland. However, it's still, a key point in my supply chain. And this one is practically useless, and I don't really want to spend amber on this. So I will just take the forest as... You know what, I won't take it right now. I go against my word. Now, open this glade. Happy, I've got a lot of spare people. Yep, I will get a hearth up. Now the question is, do I want the hearth kind of close, like especially to the mine? Do I want it further away so that I've got more space to put other hearths? Probably put it further away, to be honest. Since I know I'm going to have to build a few more. Well, if I put one here, one here, one here, then that's completely fine. So instead I will put it here. Leave you for now. And put the humans in the farmland. Where are my other humans? Oh, they're in the camp. Let's stop you there. Stick you back in there. And yeah, I think we'll just have 4 builders for now. We'll just get all this stuff up and running. No, we'll put another person here to make fabric faster. Fabric and fabric and plank faster. We'll make some more bricks as well. This is fine. So what does this glade hold for us? More farmland. We have sea marrow here after all. If I'd held on to my cornerstone, would I have even cared about this? It's about 110 sea marrow, so it would have been worth 22 amber, I think, because it was 2 amber per 10, maybe it's 2 amber per 20 sea marrow, so that's 10 amber it would have given me. I don't really care that much. This is really great. You love to see this because you know, it's another hostility. You know what I'm trying to say. It's another hostility decrease. This is why I want to keep my coal. It's useful in events like this. That was quite loud. And we get a free building as well. That's great. Supplier gives us plank efficiency. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Let us... Right. We're not going to be building you here. We're going to be building you over here first. Because I can't move the supplier. So I want 4 planks. Yeah, I want 4 planks so that I can build the supplier, and that's it. You're gonna... Yep, you'll be in time, it's fine. Maybe stick another person in here so that it starts faster. I don't want this to overlap with the storm at all. And yeah, I think you can see how this run's gonna go. I will end the video here, I think, just because it's a good halfway point. It's already been quite a long one. And maybe I'll upload the second half if people are interested in seeing how to clinch out this sort of run. I think this should be a solid tier 5 victory. So thank you for watching if you're still with me. Hope it was informative, enjoyable, and I'll catch you next time.